Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Hola Prime Traders interview. Today, we are joined by one of our 100K account owners, Guillaume from Canada, who has a payout of $2,431 with us. So, Guillaume, we're going to kick it off basically to get a little bit like a background about yourself. So, where did, where and when did you start trading? Like, what actually kicked it off for you?
I've been trading for a few years, maybe can count on one hand the amount of years I've been trading.
Mm,
Probably around like four. It's hard to tell from here. I don't know. I was introduced probably about 7 years ago into trading. All the preliminary stuff, I didn't really fully dive into it at that time. It was
yeah.
mostly about 4 years ago when I fully immersed myself in the world of trading. Uh, it was a buddy of mine who kind of pushed me over the edge and got me into it. He was telling me about the kind of results he was having, which were like phenomenal, like making like $900, $1,000,
Nice.
with a 20K account. And I was like, oh, how is this possible? He's doing this consistently for about a whole week. So I kind of wanted to follow in his footsteps. And then at the time, he was actually, he'd sold his house, took the profits from his house and then kind of converted his car into a camper, I guess. And then he drove out to BC, where I'm at, and the beautiful nature here, right? Amazing
Yeah.
forests and all that. So we were out camping in the forests. He had a Starlink dish
Hmm.
with the internet, so we're able to trade out of
Wow.
his tent
What a life.
using Starlink. And then yeah, so that was like my first real introduction into trading was camping, I guess, in a
Yeah,
tent.
that's
And then
insane.
he so things didn't go quite well at that point once I was actually like witnessing what he was doing. He was just kind of like gambling, right? Didn't really
Hmm.
know the ways around, but just kind of trading by feel. And then he ended up putting all of his like house profits from
Oh.
the sale into a trading account and then ended up losing like 100 grand
Mm.
overnight. So that was kind of like a wake up call, right?
Yeah.
To like trading needs to be something hyper serious.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
then that kind of led us into learning more about like risk management and all that.
Yeah.
So, the golden rule, like don't risk more than 1 or 2% per trade. And then that kind of led to figuring out more about like the risk reward ratios. And like for me, the optimal ratio is a 1 to 2 risk reward. So that's kind of been my thing for
Yeah.
years now. And yeah, so that experience was kind of an eye opener. Uh, I traded for about a couple years, only doing demo. I didn't even like trade real money at all because I didn't want to be that guy, right?
Yeah.
To lose a bunch of capital over like some dumb mistake, right? So demo trading first year, first 2 years even, and then I found out about prop firms,
Mm.
and then that kind of seemed like an even better like risk management opportunity where like I'm trading someone else's capital. I don't have to put up some of my own capital up front. So yeah, I started trading prop firms, and
Nice.
then yeah, here I am now with
Awesome.
a funded account with Hola Prime.
Well, I gotta say, you must have some very good discipline. Just for the sheer fact that as a beginner, you stuck to demo accounts. You didn't, you know,
Yeah, yeah. Well,
because what most people do is that they'll be on a demo, they'll quickly make some money and be like, wow, now if that was real, and then they actually put in real money, and it never works out like in a demo because the psychology part isn't there. But so yeah, you must have some
yeah,
real
I'm
discipline.
actually a risk averse person, right? So I
Mm,
don't like taking risks where like, I end up losing everything like my buddy. To
yeah.
this day, he's still broke, and it's
Mm,
been 3 years since that time. So yeah, it's I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
and I figured demo trading was the way to go. And I was listening to different influencers on YouTube and trying to soak up as much wisdom and knowledge from these old timers, right? And
Yeah.
my YouTube mentor, I guess, he was the one counseling demo trading, so I took that seriously.
Nice. Well, no, absolutely. I think you're spot on. I always say as well to people, look, when you're new, stick to the demo, stick to a simulated environment for now. Get good at that, but treat it like it's real. And I know that's hard to do because it's very hard to actually get emotional over demo trading, but and then, once you're kind of at a stage, put in money that you can afford to lose. So it's similar to like a demo in a respect where I'm talking very small amounts and treat that as if it's huge amounts and then work your way from there. But don't just go straight into, like
Oh
unfortunately
yeah.
what your friend did, sell your house and
Well,
risk
yeah,
money that you can't afford to lose.
it was a terrible situation for him, but
Yeah.
it was a lesson learned. And oh yeah, something I'm losing my train of thought. Never mind.
No,
I
no,
was
it's
gonna
all
say
good.
something I forget.
Well, if it comes back, feel free to interrupt me and yeah, say whatever you wanted to say. But we will move on real quick to your actual trading style and your strategy. And if it's possible, if you could share your strategy on
Yeah.
the charts, if you could show it screen share, that'd be
Okay.
amazing.
Hold on.
Thank you.
Can you see that? Sure. Yeah,
Yes.
bit of a
All right,
lag.
I can see
Okay,
it.
cool.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is kind of my chart, bit cluttered, but I use a variety of different indicators, namely a trend indicator. So I got two.
Hmm.
Here, if I can clean this up a bit. So I have this trend indicator, this like orange cloud
Yes.
and blue cloud. So I basically used ChatGPT and got it to code me this indicator for me.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's
Okay.
basically made up of moving averages and
Incredible.
the inside between the lighter and or the slower and faster MAs is just color coded, blue
I'm
for
with you.
bullish, orange for bearish. So whenever like this flips blue, then that means it's hinting at an uptrend.
Hmm.
And when it flips back bearish, then I get the I programmed into like a sell signal.
Wow.
Not to follow those per se, that's not really my strategy, but just to help me figure out the trend. And then I have this like GAN swing indicator as well.
Hmm.
Kind of helps me identify uh, highs and lows, lower highs, lower lows, that kind of stuff. To Yeah, helps me even more with trend. And then I have a set of MA simple, or these are smooth moving averages.
Hmm.
I got the 21 is the white, 50 is the green, and then the 200 is the red.
Hmm.
So I kind of play off of these as well. Try to look for like bounces off MAs. Like this is kind of like a textbook bounce here off the red MA. It kind of
Very
seems to
nice.
happen. This is the Bitcoin chart, by the way. So
Yeah.
over like the bull run, that started a few years ago. So price seems to like to bounce off of
Yes.
the red MA, right? So it's done that a few times. So those are like really good buying opportunities when that happens.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of
Absolutely.
like in a lookout for that. And then I use Fibonacci extensions
Hmm.
to figure out like price targets and stuff for when there's like a reversal or like yeah,
Yeah.
whatever price might be doing. So I'm always keeping an eye on that. And then the last thing is I have a set of four different oscillators.
Hmm.
The BBWP, this for measures volatility,
Hmm.
non-directional volatility. I like the stochastic RSI is probably my favorite one.
Yeah.
And then I also use the RSI. This is a private indicator, I guess you need to pay for.
Right. I'm with
It
you.
it shows the divergences. You get a
Hmm.
good idea of what's happening with divergences using this indicator. It's not perfect. because I do spot some divergences myself that
Yeah.
aren't plotted on the indicator. And then the VMP or the Joule is just kind of like a slower momentum oscillator compared to the stochastic.
Hmm.
So I'm looking for confluences uh, throughout these four oscillators, and then say they're all like bearish
Yeah.
and they look like they're turning up, then that to me is and then on the higher time frames, daily or weekly,
Hmm.
2 week, I look at that a lot. That's a good hint that yeah, price might be reversing back to the upside.
Yeah.
So it's kind of looking like we're in a bit of a slump right now. Everything's kind of looking down, but
That's
once I figure if like once it bounces off one of these MAs or price reaches like the 38.2 level on the Fibonacci, then I think that should be like a good place for uh some more upside at that point.
yeah,
We'll see. But yeah,
really
I
good.
like to use also like concepts like mean reversion and stuff, right? So when like
Yeah.
price explodes beyond the mean, then it likes to revert back to it eventually.
Hmm.
So I kind of like to wait for that to happen when it reverts to get into a position. But this
Yeah.
is more like swing trading, right? Or long-term
Yeah.
like position holding and stuff.
I was gonna say because you're
Um,
on the daily. I was gonna
yeah.
ask. That would be my next question. I'm assuming you're a swing trader. Um,
Uh, well, only for Bitcoin.
only for
Do
Bitcoin. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so Bitcoin's like a hodl for me, right? Like I
Yeah.
like to accumulate it or just keep buying it. So I'm always like looking for
Little dips that you can
yeah,
get into. Yeah.
opportunities and stuff, right?
Absolutely. And is Bitcoin one of your favorite instruments to trade, or I see you also have the NAS 100 and gold
Yeah,
as well up there.
NASDAQ. So I got like a script here for automated trading.
Really nice. Wow.
It's got a nice equity curve, especially over like
I mean, yeah, I just saw a bit of
the
a
last
preview there.
11 years. Yeah, let's see if
So,
this loads
do you code
fast
these
enough.
yourself? You said that you use ChatGPT to code the moving averages indicator that you had there. Though, do you
Um,
code a lot of this stuff yourself, or
yeah, I tend to, yeah, I code indicators. Um, Maybe not so much the strategy,
wow,
because
look at that,
yeah, I don't know,
incredible.
it's performed like really well. But like you see here, like
73%
total
profit, yeah,
P&L,
really
yeah,
good.
197% return on if you were
So
to use a strategy over the last 11
that's the
years.
strategy you're using right now, or is that a different strategy? Sorry.
No, I'm not actually using
Okay,
this. But it is something that I could use in the future. I'm like doing other things, focusing on like yeah, the prop firms mostly. But this isn't something I'm using currently. This is
gotcha.
actually an old chart I was using before.
Right, right.
But it's just to give you an idea of like the kind of algo trading that I would be doing.
That's incredible.
Um, and then yeah, this is my gold chart. This is what I trade with you guys.
Nice.
I trade gold on 1 minute.
Oh, so you scalp then on gold?
Yeah, I'm mostly a
Ah,
scalper, right? That's
wow.
kind of
Swing
how I
trader
learn how to
for
trade.
Bitcoin, scalper for gold. I like
Yeah,
it.
so I couldn't really say I'm a swing trader for uh Bitcoin because I don't really
You know,
trade it. Like
right.
I'm mostly just buying and holding, right?
Right. Oh, so you buy it outright. You're not
Yeah,
using
yeah.
like a
I'm buying
CFD or anything.
spot
Gotcha,
Bitcoin.
gotcha. Right.
And
Nice.
then yeah, I trade gold on the 1 minute with the prop firms.
That's insane. That's really good. I mean, 1 minute scalping on gold. That's I gotta say that's ballsy.
I mean it is, but yeah, I kind of just to mitigate risk, one trade a day, right? And that's
Yes.
kind of like my motto. I don't want to go more than that because then I get into like train psychology and whatnot. Like you tend to like when you're winning, like you're getting the adrenaline or whatever, and then you
Mm,
just want to take even more trades. And then but eventually that I guess the frequency of trade taking catches
yeah.
up to you where like you end up losing, but then like you want to regain those losses. So then you know, the risk of over trading is kind of like
It's
too much,
huge.
right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I feel like one trade a day is like the sweet spot for that.
You're absolutely right. I mean, I'm personally a scalper too, and I mean, in the live sessions that we do, I always say one trade a day. That's my motto, good or bad, you know. And to be fair, when I say trade, I don't necessarily mean just one entry, because I do like to split up my entries, but like one move, if that makes sense. Like if I get say I get into a trade, but I could recognize actually I got in at a bad price, and I get out to wait for a better price and then get in again. I would count that as one of the same trade, you know. But
Yeah,
you're absolutely right. One trade a day, one opportunity. Find that
that's all you need.
exactly. That is all you
You don't
need.
need more than that.
And you're always going to be more profitable if you undertrade than overtrade. It's um it's funny, but it's just how it is, you know, because
It's trading is counterintuitive, you know?
it is,
Like
yeah.
you think yeah, doing more might be better, but it turns out it's to your detriment. So
Absolutely. Someone once told me that trading, everyone gets into trading because of greed, which is ultimately kind of true. We all want to make money. Um,
yeah, yeah,
but
that's
it's
true.
greed itself that will make you lose in trading. So you need you need greed to be motivated to keep going, but you need to also be aware of the greed and keep it in check in order to be successful. So it's kind of like a balancing act of trading and
Yeah, greed's I don't know. That's what happened to my buddy. In that tent, he got greedy. He started with a 20K account and then he was making a bunch of money like in his
yeah,
first week and then he thought he could like get or pump up his numbers to the extreme, right?
yeah.
He funded his account with all of his capital and then
Mm. It
trading 10x
happens.
leverage, right? And
It's sad, but it happens. I mean, the same thing happened to me. Not as extreme, I would say. I didn't lose 100K, but I lost say a quarter of that at least in a very similar experience. So uh,
yeah.
and it hurts. But it did change me, to be fair. That was the tipping point for me. That was the moment where I took risk management so seriously and I never broke the rules again. And then things started working properly.
Yeah, seems to be the catalyst for actually learning proper risk management.
Yeah,
Something
pain.
similar happened to me, but with crypto, and it was like DeFi stuff, and
Yeah.
I lost like 80 grand on a
Mm,
DeFi scam. So I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm only gonna stick to Bitcoin and then like trade TradFi and then
yeah.
kind of leave crypto behind because yeah, scammed one too many times, right?
Yeah, it's painful, but you learn from pain. Unfortunately, people as a whole, we learn from pain. And I hope that the viewers watching, to any beginners out there, learn from our mistakes in the past because believe me, it will it will save you from a lot of pain in the future. Don't over leverage,
Yeah.
don't over risk. Just one step at a time. If you had a bad day, that's fine. Walk away, come back tomorrow, refreshed, have another crack at it. At least you're still in the game. You still have a fighting chance. Do not risk it all on one position or one day or one trade. That is,
Yeah, you don't want to lose all your capital while in the learning phase. So
yeah,
demo trading, can't
that's
stress that
it.
enough.
Absolutely. Well, you can take away your charts because that was absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for showing us your charts. We already started getting into a bit of psychology there. And
Hmm.
that was going to be my next question on how, because I can tell straight off the bat, you're very disciplined. You've got a good head on you. You know, you figured it out quite quickly, the psychology part and the emotional side. A lot of people, it can take them a lot longer to figure that out. What was, how did you overcome it? Like, yeah, how did you get where
A
you
lot
are?
of self work.
Mm,
So try to like relax the mind, meditating in the morning,
nice.
going for a walk, yoga, those
Yeah,
kinds of things, right? And
yeah.
then I took also some trading psychology seminars with
Mm,
Randy Howell. Um, he's a great teacher for trading psychology and how to manage your own brain, I guess.
yeah,
Because yeah, that's when I first started. Even demo trading, I was like getting like crazy stressed out and like anxiety, and then I tended to like overmanage my positions, get out of trades while I'm in drawdown because I figure like it's gonna go deeper and I'll just
yeah,
lose more money, so might as well get out now. But then like lo and behold, if I would have just held, uh, it would have reversed back to the upside and
yeah.
it would have hit my take profit, right? So that that happens so many times
It does.
where it's just like, and there for a period of time, it's like I wasn't really learning the lesson where I need to just like be hands off, right? And just constantly like micromanaging my positions. And then I'd start getting like really angry with myself for like intervening in like the trading process. So
Yeah.
it was like a lot of like hitting myself on the head, right? Like what's wrong with me? Like why can't I do this? So it was a big learning curve. Honestly, the most challenging aspect of trading is psychology. Is sure, you know, it takes time to figure out your edge and like find a strategy that works for you. But like when that took less time for me than figuring out the psychology part of things. So
Yeah.
and then yeah, so you want while you're tr demo trading, trying to like practice and find your edge.
Yeah.
Um, and when you do find it, then the next step is to trade with real capital, not a lot of money, maybe like $1,000 account or something, or start small, right? And then scale up, but a low amount of capital to try and train yourself uh, with your own mind so that
Yes.
you're not getting in the way of yourself, right? Because I think that's where like most traders fail is their own brains getting in the way of things,
A
right?
million percent. Yeah. Yeah, a million
So
percent.
yeah, so
It's
practice on a demo to find your edge, and then once you get that down, then practice on a real account with low amounts of capital to
yeah.
then refine your own psychology,
Yeah.
where you get to the point where you're not getting in your own way anymore. So yeah, so keep your mind clear, the meditation, yoga, going for walks before your trading session, and clear your mind. That was huge for me.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. I can absolutely imagine. I think I think you're absolutely spot on. You nailed it because, and I would say even if you're going through a, let's say, a darker patch in your life, it's probably best to step away from the charts. I'm talking maybe you had a breakup, maybe, God forbid, a relative or friend has passed away or something, you're mourning, where your mind is just not going to be in the right place. Probably best not to trade because it does affect your trading. I've seen it happen to me, where if I'm not in the right state of mind, um, for whatever reason, maybe I didn't get too much sleep, maybe whatever it might be, I just don't perform as well. You kind of have to be sharp. You
Yeah,
have to be switched
absolutely.
on, yeah. And
That's the biggest thing.
absolutely, because otherwise you break your own rules and then you wonder afterwards, why did I do that? Why did I break that rule? I shouldn't have. And I don't know. It happens to the best of us. It's like an ongoing battle. I don't think you ever truly overcome it. I think you just get better at suppressing those
Oh, yeah.
impulses, you know?
The
Um,
emotions are never gone for good, right? They're
yeah,
always there, but it's a matter of like being able to acknowledge their presence and then kind of just like ignoring it. And then it's just being hyper rational all the time.
yeah,
So you acknowledge the emotions and then kind of like dismiss them, I guess,
yeah,
and just like move past it and just give more power, more juice to the rational part of your brain. It's like, you know, I've heard this so many traders say like trading, like you need to be a robot, right?
absolutely.
So I had these like post-it notes I'd set up and just above my monitor when I'm trading with all these like psychology pointers on
Yeah, I
how
did the
not
same.
to like screw things up with like interventions and all that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's super challenging
I
to
did
rein in your own mind.
I did the exact same thing. I printed out my rule. Well, I didn't print them, but I wrote them down and had them on a piece of paper next to my monitor. And if I ever felt like I was going to break it, I'd look at it and be like, nope, not today. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
no, these little tricks,
Reminders,
they
right?
they work. These little tricks work. Absolutely. And just be get that discipline however you want to do it. I know people who kind of tell themselves, well, if I'm not disciplined, if I break the rules, I'm not allowed to, I don't know, have chocolate for a week or whatever it might be, and it works. So whatever trick, you can kind of fool your mind into being disciplined and sticking to the rules, do it because you'll be amazed how much of an impact these tiny little things can actually do in that moment.
Oh,
Um,
they're game changers. It can actually turn you into an unprofitable trader into a profitable trader. So that's the
that's it.
difference it makes, right?
That is absolutely it. Even the best strategy out there, if your psychology is not right and you haven't got control of your emotions, you can have a 95% win rate and you can still lose money.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's right.
it sounds almost impossible, but it really is true. Um, but
Yeah, because you've done the back test and like you get all the results and the statistics. It looks really awesome, right? And then you're like, okay, now it's time to forward test this.
yeah,
But then like you're gonna screw up your forward testing if you don't have the right mindset, right? So
absolutely. You're 100% right. So I would like to move on really quickly to Ola Prime itself. So you've got a 100K account with us. How's your experience been with Ola Prime so far?
it's been pretty smooth.
Awesome.
So I bought the challenge and then passed phase one. Forget how fast that happened, but figure it was like a few days, and then passed phase two, and then got funded, and then that all happened really fast. I got the credentials for the funded account pretty like on a timely, and then logged in my account, and then started trading, and then I hit my profit target for the payout cycle within the first few days, and then. But then my thing is once I hit my profit target for the payout cycle, I don't trade until I get paid out and then
Yes.
I start over again
Smart
because I kind
move.
of want to like secure that payout. And yeah, it's another thing, right? Risk management
Yeah.
on the payout side of things. Like I could just keep trading every day to try and get an even greater payout, but then like I risk going into a drawdown
That's
and
it.
then not getting that payout for the payout cycle. So
Yeah, exactly.
I
No,
rather
you're absolutely right.
secure 3% over like 2 weeks or I think it's a biweekly payout cycle that I'm on.
Hmm.
So secure 3% biweekly and then rinse repeat.
Yeah, no, that's
So
that's the
yeah,
right
so
way
I
to do it.
guess targeting 6% a month, I think is like really awesome.
I mean, 6% a month is phenomenal. Truth be told, really, really good. I know, look, every trader who's funded, can they do 10% a month? Absolutely. Can they do 15%? Probably, yeah. Some can even do more than that. But it's not about how much percent you can make. It's about how long you stay in the game for. And if you're targeting, 3 to 5 to 6% a month, your risk is going to be well within the limits. You're never really too close to ever breaching your account, and you will stay in the game for a long time. And that's ultimately the objective, to grow, to get bigger
Yeah,
capital, to keep making money, not just have one really crazy payout and then, oh, next month, I blew it.
go bust, right? Yeah, so that's another thing with to touch back on greed again, right? I could go for like 20% if I
Yeah,
wanted to, but then yeah, I know. I've learned that lesson too many times where greed ends up like destroying you. So I'd
yeah,
rather be modest about like my targets and then consistently hit them. Because
yeah,
statistically, like I'm more likely to hit like lower profit targets than I am higher profit targets. So I think 3% is kind of that sweet spot
yeah. And
where it's
absolutely.
not like no, not too low and it's not too high. It's like perfect, right? Like
Yeah,
3% bi-weekly, 6% a month. That's like on 100 grand account. That's like 6 grand, right?
yeah,
So
exactly.
that's definitely a living wage. So
Yeah, and that's
and then
just
if
with
you're able to
100K.
scale up the account, then
Exactly.
6% on 200 grand turns into like,
12 grand, and then
12 grand, right? So
and you can go all the way up to 4 million with us. Now that will take time, of course, but it can happen. And if you do the math on that, then you really see that
yeah,
that
those are
is
amazing numbers.
yeah, exactly. No one's ever gonna turn that down. I'm trying to do the math in my head right now. Well, it would be 10% of 4 million would be 400,000.
Cool.
Wow. So 6% would be, yeah, about 200 something. That's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah, a month. Like you're not gonna complain.
No, no, this you can't complain.
Yeah. So it's more than possible. Just got to stay in the game, and you know what? I mean, you know
Yeah, it's
this
a
already.
long-term game. It's
Exactly.
people who try to do this quick or take shortcuts, they end up getting destroyed. So yeah,
That's it.
you need a long-term view of things and yeah, play it slow and don't rush anything, right? Just
That's it.
take your time.
Would
That's
that
the key.
be your advice to anyone watching right now who's struggling? Would that be your advice to them, or would there be something else more important you would like to tell them?
I guess to rehash, yeah, demo trading, uh, and then to practice psychology, use low amounts of capital, and then don't be greedy. Follow the process. It takes time. It won't happen overnight. It's gonna be a multi-year process.
Yeah,
So you gotta be really patient with yourself and then follow your system.
absolutely. Well said. Well said. Guillaume, well, thank you for coming on. We'll wrap it up there and I'll leave you be. Yeah, thank you so much for coming on, and I hope in the future we could do this again as you scale up, as you get bigger accounts and whatnot, and you can come back on and yeah, we'll check in, see how you're doing again, and
Okay,
that'll be
awesome. I
great.
look forward to it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And to all the viewers, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video and would like to see more, hit that thumbs up. Also subscribe, turn on channel notifications, all that good stuff. But also join our Discord community. There's a link down below in the description. If you click on it, you'll be sent to our Discord. It's completely free to join. And we've got a great little community building there. We've got other traders all sharing different ideas. We have live AMA sessions, exclusive competitions, loads of good stuff on our Discord. So it really is the place to be. But apart from that, thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again very soon. Take care.
Hola Prime, trade with transparency.